welcome back. I'm Nathaniel Rogers from thefilmexperience.net.
And I'm Katey Rich from cinemablend.com. I'll talk a little bit about Transformers 2 later, but we both saw My Sister's Keeper, which is the other movie coming out this weekend, and it's the Cameron Diaz cancer movie, as some people have been so delicately putting it. It's based on the novel by Jodi Picoult. It's based on the novel by Jodi Picoult. It's about this family, and they have a 4-year-old daughter who gets leukemia, and then they decide to conceive another child and genetically engineer her, basically. They kind of pick and choose DNA, which I don't even know if that's possible. I don't know if that's a real thing. And they have this kid basically to serve as organ harvesting for this older child. They're not going to kill her, they're not taking her heart or anything, but they've taken bone marrow and blood and...
Which makes it sound like sort of a sick science fiction movie.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds really cool in that way, but it's not. So this girl grows up and she doesn't want to be her sister's organ donor anymore, so she decides to file for medical emancipation. She wants to still live at home, but she wants to not have to give this kidney to her now 15 or so year old sister who is dying. So she hires Alec Baldwin, which, you know, who wouldn't hire Alec Baldwin as a lawyer? Alec Baldwin, who has a service dog that's border collie that serves no real purpose. I think it served a better purpose in the book, but the dog is just there to be cute. And so you get this story of this courtroom case, but it's really told through flashbacks. It's all this series of nested flashbacks about this family's life dealing with this daughter's illness. And I think we both had problems with the flashback structure.
Yeah, I mean, the flashback structure is really, it's really tired, and you really need to have great control of your storytelling, or
you really need to know when the audience is learning things, and you need to control when they learn it. And this movie just, you kind of start piecing things together on your own way before they think you have.
It also has this very strange device of like where it'll give you a character name on the screen, and you get this feeling when you're watching it that that's meant to be like their chapter in the book.
Yeah.
But this is not a book. This is a movie, and it's also filmed rather like a coffee commercial.
Yep. Or a detergent commercial.
Or detergent. It just looks pretty, it's like glowing, it's, you know, it reminded me of like the best part of waking up is Folgers in your coffee.
Yeah.
Totally like that.
Yeah, it's like, and in addition to that, there's this endless series of montages. They're constantly pulling in a pop song to like express the feelings, and it feels like a commercial in those things. And these songs just stand in for dialogue, for people to actually talk about what they're feeling. You just see them on a beach together, and you understand, and like...
And it's usually the contemporary scenes, not the flashback.
Yeah.
Where you get the like pop song montage.
Yeah.
For a movie with so many songs, there's one. It's one note.
Yeah.
It's all the same, and it's a tearjerker that doesn't realize that cancer itself will jerk your tears, so it has to lay everything on so much thicker.
And it could, like, you could have felt like it was less one note if it had been told in a more linear way. Like, there's this very long extended flashback, which is really jarring because it's a flashback. You're 20 minutes in, you forget it's a flashback, and then you jump back.
Right into the dialogue, right where you were.
And there's this long extended flashback about the girl with cancer's character, Kate. She had this romance with this other cancer patient, and it's this very nice story. These two 15, 16-year-olds kind of meeting each other. They both have this illness. They kind of have something in common, and you see their relationship develop. And for the first time in the movie, Sofia Vasileva, who plays Kate, gets a chance to do something other than lie in a hospital bed and look beatific, and like she's the crux of her family, and it's really nice. And that's the only part of the story where you really see a character develop, rather than just see them have this cancer problem and then see them at another time before. There's no sense of development. That's the one part where that happens, and then it goes back to crying and times.
And her boyfriend, I thought I recognized him, but he's, you know, a cancer patient, so he's bald. It's actually John Connor from Sarah Connor, from the Terminator.
No. The Sarah Connor Chronicles.
The Sarah Connor Sorry. Wow, all these tongue twisters today.
It's just called the Sarah Connor Chronicles, right?
No, it's
Terminator,
the Sarah Connor.
Oh, Lord. A poor franchise.
Okay, the boyfriend in that long extended flashback is played by Thomas Dekker, who was John Connor in the Terminator, the Sarah Connor Chronicles.
On Fox.
Which just got canceled.
Yes. We can't stop talking about John Connor.
No, we can't, but the robots could not kill him, but cancer can. I don't mean to spoil the movie for you, but...
Yeah. Well, actually, no, I don't think you can predict how this movie ends, because it's kind of weird in the way that it just kind of...
It's so so weird.
Yeah.
And it's so bad.
Yeah.
I hate to use that adjective as like sort of a blanket.
It's bad.
Yeah.
And it's getting decent reviews, which baffles both of us. And we were talking before we started filming about Cameron Diaz, who's kind of the lead role here.
Yeah.
And she's putting her all into it. And it's clear that she's taking this as her opportunity to be a dramatic actress. And you just feel like she picked the wrong wagon.
I mean, the character just doesn't have any dimension. She's very sort of tunnel visioned, keep my daughter alive.
And that's part of the plot.
It's part of the plot that she doesn't have other character traits. So it's like right there, it's a strike against an actor that's not. I think she's been really good in some roles, but unless you're a really imaginative actor or you're great at sort of internal psychology, which I don't think are her strengths, then that type of role instantly cuts you off at the knees. Yeah.
Like, you don't get a sense that she's ever struggled with her decision to, A, genetically engineer a child to save her older one. Like, she shows no remorse at having made that decision at all. And having given up her life, she was a lawyer, she had all this else going on, and she's given up everything to fight for this one kid. And, like, eventually her decisions just move into such an irrational area that it doesn't make any sense. She doesn't give you what you need.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't layer it in any way that makes you understand, and you just think, wow, she's really driven.
Yeah. But at the same time, the screenplay doesn't help her in either direction. Like, she's trying, but she could really have used a leg up from Nick Cassavetes, who previously gave us The Notebook, which was way more enjoyable than this. It might be in the Razzies this year. I don't know. Although maybe the critics will keep, reviewing it well.
Wow.
I guess they all cried.
I cried.
Yeah.
But the movie didn't earn that. But Cancer is sad.
Cancer's sad, and now we know that because the Sister's Keeper has told us. So I was going to talk a little bit about Transformers 2, which I saw yesterday with a paying audience at 11:15 in the morning, and there was a good number of people in there at 11:15 on Wednesday, which is bizarre. This movie is also awful. It's kind of incoherent. Most of the characters are running around with no reason. The action doesn't really make much sense. Like, there's a 30-minute battle at the end, and I actually fell asleep. I'm not reviewing this, so I don't feel bad about it, but I actually fell asleep during, like, big explosion robot part. Shia LaBeouf, like, he started off as a nerd in the first movie, and in this one he's just kind of this cocky college kid. John Turturro.
Well, that's what having Megan Fox as your girlfriend.
Exactly. Well, then at one point he considers cheating on Megan Fox, and you're just like, what? Like, John Turturro is shown in a thong. There's like a close up on his ass in a thong for no reason. There are 2 dog humping jokes and 1 Transformer humping joke. There are 2 racist Transformers. I think you might have heard about this.
I did. I heard that there's some jive talk.
Some jive talk. And it annoys me most because it's Michael Bay saying, hey, you're going to see whatever I make. So I'm going to make this movie incoherent.
Yeah, you were saying the other day when we were talking about this that you felt like it was completely aggressive.
Yeah, it's completely aggressively bad. It's like, here, we're going to give you this one joke scene because that's what you want, and then we're going to blow things up over here. And yeah, it is sunset in New Jersey and Egypt at the same time, and you don't care. And we are going to walk into the Air and Space Museum in Washington and walk out into a desert, and you won't care.
It's really that incoherent.
It's really that. It's just like really failures of imagination and screenwriting, and it's making a ton of money. It's making
it was always going to.
I know, but this is just. He just depresses me. And people like it. People are going into it, coming out of it saying that they really loved it. And it breaks my heart. So.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so I can't.
I know. I feel like such a snob. And I liked Terminator so much. We talked about this.
Even Roger Ebert.
Yeah. Roger Ebert likes everything.
He likes everything, and he said it was unbearable.
Yeah, it's so rare for critics to thrash, like, not just say it's bad, but like thrash it and hate it, and for audiences to still go nuts for it.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't happen that often.
No. So, contrary to popular opinion.
I mean, critics recognize good popcorn and they go for it. Oh, this weekend is really bad for releases.
Oh, it's just My Sister's Keeper and Transformers.
Yeah.
A little counter programming for films that know their audiences.
Yeah, exactly. They both just manipulate their audiences and give them exactly what they want and sacrifice all coherence as a result. So. Yay, movies! We'll get to talk about some better stuff later on. There's more interesting things coming out. So, we'll see you next week. And I'm Katey Rich from cinemablend.com.
And I'm Nathaniel Rogers from thefilmexperience.net.
And we'll see you later.